Hi, it's your girl Jennifer here again, and you're watching Against All Odds. Welcome back to my channel. Last time we talked about how he killed my American dream. Do you remember? I hope you watched. If you didn't watch that, this video is a link to that video. So I will leave the link in the comment section so that you can first watch that one, because until you watch that one, you may not clearly understand what I will be saying in this video, because the two of them link. So I'm not going to waste time. I am just jumping right in. You remember as I was ending that other video, I told you we were launching, and we launched Mission Jeff. Yeah? Yes, so this is Mission Jeff. So we have gone to the embassy. We have been denied visas, and our American dream has just been crushed. And there's a money component to it, isn't it? Remember my $200, my cousin's $200, and Jeff had promised if you end up losing the money, if you don't get the visa, he's going to refund you the visa fee. And that time it used to be around 13,000 Kenya shillings. So my cousin and I, we decide we want our money back. Remember, we have a contract, but from the country we come from, Kenya, who honors contracts? Who? Do you remember the last time you were duped and you had a contract in place? So from my experience, I knew in Kenya very few people honor contracts. So you have to be smart. So my cousin and I decided to be smart. I'm older than my cousin, and so I had to be the brain behind our Mission Jeff strategy. So I figured out that the only way to get to Jeff is to lure Jeff to come and meet us. Remember, we have already called Jeff and told him we got our visas. So Jeff is already excited, and definitely he will be receptive of anything we want, because the idea behind everything of telling him that we have gotten our visas is so that he can maintain contact and not scamper. So that is how we thought about it. But remember, you can only tell a lie for so long. So we had to execute Mission Jeff within the shortest time possible, because the longer we would have stayed, it would have come to his attention that clearly we did not get our visas. So we launched Mission Jeff the same day we got our visas refused. So ideally, we wanted to meet Jeff as soon as possible so that we can do what? We can get our money back. Knowing what I know, there's no Kenyan who will come and give you money right away and tell you, yes, you were duped. I duped you. He would definitely say, oh, you must have done something wrong. Oh, no. He would have come up with a story. So, for me, how I've been brought up, my dad taught me how if you mess up somewhere, you need to first find a way of dealing with your mess. So I decided I am not involving anybody. I need first to clear my mess before even my parents can even get a wind of what happened. Good enough, on this day when we were doing the visa interview, our parents dropped us at the embassy, but they were going to the village. So for about 2 days, they weren't going to be home. So I had to really work and think quickly. So I thought about a certain friend of mine who had told me that she has a friend who is a chaplain for the police. So because I needed to get a hold of a senior police officer who we can use to get Jeff to give us back our money in cash, because if we give him time, he will disappear. So I got in touch with my friend, and my friend connected me to that chaplain. And the chaplain connected me to the senior most guy, who I think at that time they used to be called OCSs, or yeah, something like that. But he was like the topmost person in the police station. We had to do it within Nairobi. So in that police station, I don't want to mention names. So that police station that we went to, that guy was the senior most guy. And so the idea behind how we were going to do, because definitely you also helped at our fee, so we needed our money. I didn't care how much money we were going to get, but at least get most of the money back. So we went, and because we had the contract signed and everything, and the good thing, the way Jeff had done this thing, he signed the contract. There's the way he had attached his photo, his business card. So clearly you could know this is the guy, you see. So I think the following day, we spent the day getting connected to those people. Then immediately we got connected to that senior most guy. Remember, that time we were very young. We went to his office. He was a very receptive gentleman. He saw us. We explained our story. And then he told us, that one, we will get him. So what had you in mind? So for me, I told that police senior guy, I told him my idea is to lure him to come for us to celebrate, because we have to leave the country very soon. So I wanted him to come as we tell him how the whole interview went, and as we catch up, then in that place, the policeman will come and capture him. So that was my plan. So the guy gave me the go-ahead and told him, yes, you get a hold of him. So that time we were talking like on an evening. So we are planning, get a hold of him tomorrow or the day after. Just the minute he confirms he's available for meeting and the time, then you go ahead. So then, and we were assigned some 2 police officers who were told, in case you find him, now these 2 police officers, just get in touch with them, they will come. And those police officers were supposed to come when they are plainclothes policemen. So we start talking to Jeff, and we're telling him, oh Jeff, so when can we meet and celebrate? So he wasn't available for the following day. He had a client, I believe, a client like us. So he said, oh, the other day, it was supposed to, I think it was on a Friday, if I remember very well. So he said he will be available for us to meet on that Friday. Then I said, okay. Then he suggested a time at around 11 a.m. A wonderful time. And he also suggested the hotel, the restaurant. So for me and my cousin, we planned, we are going to get to the hotel very early. Then we are going to call the policeman to come and be on standby, and they're going to sit on a table somewhere. And then, so we went with enough money to pay for our bills. So remember, every time we go, Jeff pays our bills. But this time, we were going to pay for our own bills, because this mission is going to end up not very nice. So we went, and we called Jeff and we agreed. And so on the material day, we are very hesitant, because you're thinking like, what if Jeff just suspects and decides to just disappear? Or what happens if we look so nervous or something just doesn't go right and he just slips from our hand just like that? So we were very worried. But anyway, we had to play along and know that as long as we can get our money, we are good to go. So by our calculations, we were supposed to recover back about 45,000 Kenya shillings. So we go. And we call the police guys when we get to the hotel, and they were very prompt. I think when money is involved, they have to be very prompt. So they were very prompt. They came and they sat. And one of the policemen was one. He came, he introduced himself, told us, yeah, you be just act normal. Then along the way, we will just come in. So, and when the policemen came, I saw one of them go to talk to the waiters. And I think, I'm thinking he told the waiters, when they see him do something, they should just continue with business as usual. They shouldn't stop running the restaurant like as normal. So they should know everything is under control. So Jeff came. When we saw Jeff coming, we were so relieved. At least we were so happy. So he came, he sat, he started telling us, hey guys, hey, you see how good my job is? Yeah, I told you I can't dupe you. You know, I do a clean job and a clean job. So we were eating. I remember I had ordered tea and sausages. Hey, those, I think I had only a bite of the sausage because this sausage was tasteless, knowing how angry I am at Jeff. I was feeling I could grab him and tear him to pieces. So we at first we just acted very happy and everything. Then he asked me, I remember him asking me, so why are you not eating? Because for him, he's eating, he's enjoying and everything. Then as we were still talking and catching up and trying to play along, then the policeman came and they sat, one very close to Jeff and the other one next to me. And when they sat, Jeff was not perturbed. He was like, hey, I remember it as clear as yesterday. He asked me, like quietly, hey, do you have a sugar daddy? And you're not telling me, because the one that sat next to me was a bit elderly. So he asked me, hey, you have a sugar daddy and you're not telling me. Then I'm like, I don't know. I just acted too funny. Then he's like, so at that point, I knew now we're not going to mince words. So I told him, Jeff, you duped us. Immediately I said that, he just swore. And you can imagine the swearing word he used. Let me not use it here. So he just sweared. And he said that word and his countenance changed. He knew. So immediately he behaved like that. So the policeman told him, I am officer so-and-so. And this other one introduced himself, I'm officer so-and-so. And then he asked him, did you have any business with these girls about the US Embassy? And the guy was like, yes, but they got their visas. And like, no, Jeff, we didn't get our visas. Unfortunately, you cheated us. You lied to us. Yeah, this is clearly, it was just a whole game for you. And he was like, no, it wasn't. I'm like, Jeff, no, we didn't get our visas. And that time when you refused, they used to give you a pink slip. So I was like, yeah, here's the evidence we didn't get. And my cousin's evidence was there. So we told him, unfortunately, yeah, that was you just played on us. Then I told him, and by the contract, you said you're going to refund our money and this money. And that time, the police officers are getting him, they have already handcuffed him and told him, we are taking you to the police station. Let's go and talk from the police station. So at this point, he tells the police officers, yeah, please don't handcuff me. I will cooperate. You know, I will cooperate. Please just don't handcuff me. I will definitely cooperate. So the police officers, I think they can gauge when somebody is telling the truth or not. So they knew, because one of them was a young policeman, they knew if this guy decides to run, I will catch up with him. And definitely they had their guns with them. I think they are AK-47s, I think. So definitely they had their guns. So it was clear he can't even do anything. So we got up and we all went to the police station. It's that day that I knew when you go to the police station, if you're speaking to a police officer when you're on the opposite side, it means you're a free person. If the police officer comes and tells you to speak to him and you're behind the desk with him, you're as good as arrested. Even if you're not in the cell, once you're in that position, you are as good as in a cell. So that is what Jeff happened to Jeff. So immediately we got to the police station. The police officers got to their desk, and Jeff had to go behind, and he was given a seat, and he was told, "Is that now you are under arrest, and for us, we do not want to take you to the cell. So what we need you to do, you have agreed that you had a contract with these ladies, but it didn't go." Like, no, these girls are, I don't understand. Then he was told, unfortunately, you have signed a contract that says if somebody does not get the visa, this is what you refund. So as at now, let's just give you time. You have time, because now it was around midday, so you have time between now and maybe 3 o'clock to get the money. So just start gathering the money. And then he was even told, and if it is in your bank, we can accompany you to the bank. You withdraw the money, give the girls the money, and you're free to go. Nothing. We don't even need to press charges. We don't need to go to court. Nothing. My friend, that is the day I knew when people scam you, they are a cartel. Jeff agreed to give us the money. He said he just needs time, and he needs to make some phone calls. And he told the police officers, when I make a phone call, please don't talk, don't say anything, just leave it. And if anybody comes to give me the money, yes, just play along. Did we care? All we needed was our money. I can promise you, within that time that we were there, Jeff called about 5 different ladies. Why is it that it is us women that are the most vulnerable? And it is how he would do the calls that just left me thinking like, oh my God, this guy is really smart at his scamming game. So he would make a call and he'd be like, "Hi sweetheart, how are you? Are you okay? It's long, I've missed you. I needed to tell you something. I'm in some trouble right now, and I urgently need like 10,000 shillings. Are you able to get me that money right now?" Then I think this person will be like, "Hey, what's the issue?" Like, "Baby, don't worry. When you bring me the money, I will tell you. But right now, please get me the money." And somebody would say, No, I can't get you 10,000. Can I make it 8? And it's like, yeah, 8. So where do I bring it? Then he'll be like, meet me at Kilimani police station. Did I even mention the name? Sorry. Yeah, so meet me at this police station. Then, so he would then hang up. Then when this lady comes, because they don't want, he didn't want to appear like he's been arrested, so he'll tell the police officers, "You just accompany me, but please don't be close. Just stay apart so that at least I get to get this money." So that would happen. Girl number 1 brought money. After some minutes, he calls another one, comes up with a similar story. "Oh, so and so, hi sweetie, hi," all these nice names and stuff. Within like several hours, all the money had been brought to the station and in cash. And so when the police officers counted, the money was, and I remember there's also after some few people had brought the money, then the remaining part of the money, he said we can accompany him to the ATM, and that now he can withdraw from his own bank account. So that's when we went, and he withdrew. And as we were going, the police officers told us we could release him from that place, but it will not be safe for you. So what we will do, we will go, he withdraws the money, we come back to the station, we give you the money, you go. After you go, 2 of us will accompany you, then at least to be sure you're safe and you're at a safe distance. Then he will remain at the station for like half an hour. I believe half an hour is enough for you to have left the city center. And then for me, I was a bit worried because he had come to our home. So I kept on wondering, and what if he comes to our home? Then it was like, the police officers were like, from the way he has cooperated, it is highly unlikely. And if he would do that, definitely he would know this is somebody who has done this thing before. From the way we can tell, he's done it before. So he wouldn't risk because you have outsmarted him. So he wouldn't risk because he knows if anything happens to you guys, it will be pointed back to him. And so far we have, from the information you've given us, we have a lot of details about him. So he wouldn't even risk that. So at least I was at peace with that. So we went, he withdrew the money, came back, cussing, or every time he would get close to me, my God, he would just be cussing in my ear and telling me, how can we do that? How can we do that to him? We just have called him and we talk. And I'm like, Jeff, you know clearly, we wouldn't have really talked. We wouldn't have clearly, you just know. So anyway, we went. Truth be told, we got our money. Yes, and after we got our money, we had to pay our dues to a few people, but at the end of the day, at least we had a big chunk of our money back. And the people that helped us were very kind. They weren't asking for anything, but we had to be at least kind enough to just appreciate. But we got Mission Jeff accomplished. Yeah. So despite of me having my American dream killed, but at least I was able to recover some money. But I can tell you how Mission Jeff and my American dream being killed, I think that thing devastated me, frustrated me, and because of what I went through during that period, because you see, I had brought my parents, I've told my brothers, everybody is waiting to see what has happened. Now I have to explain to everybody that, oh, this has happened. But at least now, because we had recovered the money, most of the money, at least, even now the people I'm telling, my parents, my brothers, when I'm explaining to them, at least I felt like we had some boldness to explain to them what had happened, and they were happy for us because at least we got ourselves into some issue, but again, we got at least some remedy out of it because we got some of the money back. Now, I want to tell you something. I have seen people apply for visas, try something, even businesses, and they fail so badly because they were duped. It is very devastating. It is emotionally draining, mentally draining. We were just blessed or lucky that at least we were able to get people to help us to get this money. Some people do not get the kind of help, and they don't think as quickly as maybe I thought about this thing and planning it so quickly. Some people are not that lucky, and some things are also very complex, and people end up suffering and struggling. It can leave people in very bad places. So, what did I learn from that time? And it is over the years, because this thing made me very, I do my due diligence very much nowadays. I still get hitches here and there, but at least there are things that I can look out for and know this is a scam from the beginning. So number one, if you want, I said, like I said in the previous video, if you want something so bad, be very careful, because this is a point where people can easily dupe you, because they will prey on your weaknesses. When you want something, sometimes you're very emotional about it, other than very mental, like you don't give it a thorough thought. And sometimes if you're a smart person, the person who is coming to you might be very smart. They know the things that you're very keen on, so they will they will work on that side of things to outsmart you on that side, then the things you're not very keen on, then those are the things that you will ignore, and that's where the loopholes will be. So when you want something so bad, please take a break, move away from the emotions, and involve your brain more, because that is how you get outsmarted. The other thing, when you have something that is a deal that sounds so good, try to involve 2-3 people who you trust, because they will not be as emotionally involved with the thing like you are. And those are the people that can be your voice of reason. They can advise you because they can look at it from an outside perspective, and they are able to guide you in the right direction, and probably they can smell a rat somewhere. The other thing that you need to know is that all that glitters is not gold. You can't have, like me, who had tried to go to America twice and be denied the visa. How that was very hard work. I put a lot of effort. It was years of investing and researching and everything. How can that I've done in 2 years, somebody think that they can just come and give it to you within a very short time? You see, so sometimes think about the consequences of that. Now, I want to tell you something that is very important. This American dream, one of the things that I would have ended up making it even worse for me was, when we were talking to Jeff that time, he didn't even mind about our paperwork. He didn't mind if we even faked certificates from institutions, because according to him, hello, yeah, there's my guy behind there. If I had made that mistake, that is one of the biggest mistakes. Fraudulent documents are some of the things that will make you even not leave your country again, or be banned for very many years. So that is a mistake I almost made during this time of the third time. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes the thing can be so good, but it can end messing even another thing that was not even intended. You see, and the consequences become even more dire. So I'm all about mental health, and I know it really affected me and affected my desire even to go abroad, and specifically to go to America. You see, but this is against all odds. I lived another day to tell this story. You need to watch the next video where I tell you how my breakthrough to go abroad came about, because I am one person who says never say never. Bye.